Let me tell you something. I don't even know really where to begin with this story. So I'm just going to jump in here and say this. Transformation Church, there's a pastor by the name of Mike Todd, Pastor Mike Todd. Now, I've never heard of him before this story. So I guess whatever he thought he was doing or whatever he was trying to do is working because here we are. If you haven't seen the video, I'm gonna show it to you in bits and pieces. So, warning, viewer discretion is advised. So here's the beginning. Here's how it starts off.
And this is where most people would not face Jesus anymore. What most people would do is turn away.
I'm thinking to myself, what are we doing here? Obviously, for this video to be in the blogs and all over the internet, something outrageous is gonna happen. Um, I know the Bible story, okay? When we don't need to have a Sunday school Sabbath class or anything like that right here, right now. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm sure you heard about it already. So I'm really asking myself, is this current? Is this video current? Like, are we not still in a whole pandemic? Like, this man just spit in his hand. He's not going to do what I think he's going to do. And he did. He did. Watch.
Yeah, because the vision I'm about to give you, it might get nasty. And do you hear and see the responses of the people?
So, yeah, that spit on this man's face that he proceeded to wipe or remove like a piece of mucus. Like this man, this pastor, this Mike Todd guy took the saliva from the back of his neck, spit it in his hand, proceeded to go into the storytelling version of his preaching, whatever, smeared it on this man's face. Let me explain something to you. You know what? Here's my thing. Influence. This Transformation Church has 542,000 followers. This is to date up until about 30 minutes ago when I took my notes. Okay. The numbers could have jumped. 542,000 followers for this Transformation Church, 1.8 million followers for Mike Todd, this pastor guy. Okay. That's a lot of people following these two different accounts. Influence is so important because this now, for the people who believe in you, believe in your word, believe in your messages, in your style, this is now telling them that the way you were, the way you are, and how you put your messages out there for your people is acceptable. This is not acceptable. Spitting in your hand, bodily fluid, is not acceptable to get a point across. Mike goes, his whole thing is, these are his quotes. He was trying to make the word come alive.
I was really trying to make the word come alive and for people to see the story. But yesterday it got too live.
He does extreme things to get the word across. This is what he said.
I try to do extreme things to help people get it. And yesterday it crossed the line.
Sir, if the people can't understand what you're saying from the words that are coming out of your mouth, spitting in your hand and it doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. Okay. Do we not understand that spit carries mono, type 1 herpes, strep, hepatitis B and C, and COVID, right? Because we're still in COVID. But even if you want to dismiss COVID, like all these other viruses that spit carries, like, and you really thought that you needed to do that to get your point across. So when other pastors and young preachers in the come up following you, when they go ahead and do it, and their whole thing is, well, Pastor Mike Todd did it and this is the reaction that he got, we should do it too. What's your explanation for that? I'm so sick of this culture of chasing likes and social media acceptance and clout, as people say. And don't let this social media get to your head. Between you having what 1.8 million followers and the church having 542,000 followers, your reach is very strong. And you can say, you grew your following based on how you do things and how you move. Now, I'm more concerned with, if these are the measures that you're taking, spitting from your soul, that spit came from your soul. The depths of your soul is where that spit came from. You smeared it on this man's face. Your damage control is to make an apology the next day. You already knew the blogs and everybody was gonna be first of all, I'm here talking about it, I don't even know who you are. Everybody's talking about this foolishness, and now you're in the state of asking for forgiveness. Well, in your midst of asking for forgiveness, you then referred the people to go and watch the rest the video, the whole video, to understand the scope of what you were talking about. Let me tell you something. Even if I was watching the video, up until the point that you thought it to be necessary to spit in the palm of your hand from the depths of your soul and spit in your hand and smear it across this man's face, the message is missed. I don't care what you were saying before. I don't care what you were trying to say. I don't care what you think you're gonna say. I don't want to know what you're gonna say after that. What I want to see happen is you wipe this man's face, get off of your get off the pulpit, the stage, whatever you call your platform, and be done for a little bit, because this is horrible. I've seen other pastors do ridiculous things, but this one right here, um, we're all talking about it. And this is clearly what you want. This is clearly what you like. You know that your messages are a bit crass and heavy. And I sat in a bunch of different clubhouse rooms and just reading the blogs and reading people's responses, and you got a good amount of people rallying for you, because their whole thing is, well, in the Bible this is what it says. To everybody watching this, if you are on a spiritual journey, you're looking for good foundation, a different religious route, be careful with the information you take in and the leadership that you're seeking. We live in a time that people enjoy trash media. They believe that all publicity is good publicity. Because we're sitting here talking about it, this guy must be doing something good. No, because now he's going to be remembered as the pastor that spit in his hand and wiped it on someone. And like I said, I didn't know this guy before this incident. So clearly I'm talking about him. And if anybody brings him up and they go, oh, Pastor Todd is, blah, blah, blah. You could be giving out turkeys to needy families. I'm going to be like, Pastor Todd, who's that? And then you go, remember the pastor that spit on the guy? Is that really, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what you want to be remembered for. So for everybody watching this, and if you're looking for a spiritual path and a route or a foundation or whatever it is that you're seeking, pay attention to what you're receiving and how the message is being delivered to you. Okay. I'm telling you right now, I grew up in the church. Okay. My family, I would like to say my family is spiritually eclectic. I come from a very large family. And as I grew into my own space, I wanted to explore different religions and spirituality. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And I understood what I wanted. Understand what you're seeking and what you want. And even if you don't know, you should know a little bit of the basics, what is right and what's wrong. And if it doesn't feel right, and if it doesn't fester whole in your soul, then there's a chance that it ain't good. Because this right here, I'm telling you right now, this spitting and smearing the spit on someone, that ain't it. I don't have anything else to say about this. I just think it's all the way gross. Can you imagine what that smelled like? Baby, because that could not be me. That Never. I'll tell you that right now. It could have never been me. Oh, Mike Todd. Do better.